Robbie Williams, I'd love to say welcome to breakfast, but in fact you are welcoming us into your home, which is lovely of you. Thank you very much.
An absolute pleasure. We haven't been in for very long. Very, very excited about it. Still walking around with a slack jaw going, oh my God, we live like this.
What's your favourite room? Have you got a favourite room yet?
The bedroom.
Oh.
Yeah.
I won't ask anymore.
No, you'll have to come up and see it. It's all right. You're safe. My wife's here. It's an old artist's house.
Oh,
Luke Falds used to be the guy that owned the place, and I think he painted George V upstairs in the bedroom. There's plenty of space for my head and my neurosis to sort of flutter about before they're hatched, but all seems really healthy. You know, I spent a lot of time making this album, as I do with all the albums, but there's 80 songs that have gone into the pot.
And did you find the neurosis goes from one thing to another, that you...
Of course, you know, you put the fire down with one hand and then another fire comes up somewhere else, and if you've got nothing to worry about, you invent something.
Do you have 80 songs? I mean, that's incredibly hard work. How do you bin half of them, or more than half of them?
Well, they sort of show themselves.
Right.
You know, the cream rises to the top. But then you sort of have to play what goes on the album game with the gatekeepers. And the gatekeepers are my management, my A&R guy at the record company, and my wife. And she's the biggest gatekeeper
I can imagine, okay.
of all. I don't know if you've seen Spinal Tap, but she is Janine. She's the Janine of my life. There's a song on the album called When You Know, and it's about Ida. And it's this loving song that I wrote for her. And we were playing what goes on the album game in the bath together. And we played the first song, and she's like, yeah, that goes on. Second song, yeah, that definitely goes on. Third song, yeah. Got to the fourth song, and it was When You Know, which is the song about Ida. And at the end of the song, there was just silence. And she went, no, I don't think so. I went,
That's for you.
That's your Valentine's gift. I'm not going to do that again.
Tell me about Party Like a Russian, because that's a big party tune. Is it inspired by a particular party or by...
No, not really. You know, there was 80 songs written for this album, and it's getting difficult to be creative and come up for new things to say and new things of how to say them. And that particular day I went into the studio with Guy Chambers, my songwriting partner and song brother. And he said, I've got an idea for a song. I've got a song title. And he doesn't normally come up with the song titles. And I said, what is it? And he said, oh, Party Like a Russian. And I'm like, oh, we could go a million ways with that. Decided that I'd been banned from Russia.
And this is not true?
No, it's not true. It was great, though. It was a great story, because when it was coming out, I was like, well, I'm 42, which in pop star years is 1,367. And if I released a song, it might go missing.
There's also another one which is a bit more of a warning, isn't there? And I can't repeat the name of the song on breakfast.
It's a humorous and serious ode to my son. I wrote a song about Teddy called Go Gentle. And it's very much a song about, you know, I will look after you, you're my princess. And if you start dating, I'll bludgeon him in the face with a cup. And then I was like, well, my boy's here, I better write a song about him. And we can't mention the song title, which sort of diffuses my whole explanation about what the track is and what it is about, but you'll have to go and find out for yourself. But in this track, my son is a bad, I can't even say the other word, he's a bad butt. You can say butt. Okay, he's a bad butt in this particular song. And it's very different than the song I wrote about my daughter.
And one of the first things I noticed when I walked into said lovely house is the gym. So before you go on tour, will you be back in the gym? Because you've been really almost addicted to the gym at some stage, haven't you?
Yeah, I get addicted to it, but then I instantly become unaddicted to it too. It starts off small, and then my addictive personality kicks in. And by the end of the process, I just can't do what I did the day before, because now it's got to 4 hours.
Before you step on stage, I've heard you talk about, right, Robbie Williams needs to turn up now. Is that really a reality for you? You think, right, the showman, something's got to kick in, or it just kicks in?
Yeah, Most of the time, Robbie Williams turns up, and then sometimes I have to do it by myself. And there's
Which is the better show?
When Robbie Williams turns up
Right.
for me. But there's like footage of me at Nebworth where 6 songs in, I say, right, I'm back.
Okay.
And like there's 135,000 people going, hey, we're 6 songs in.
Is it kind of scary that point when you think, oh gosh, maybe this is the day that I can't do this, or I'm not going to get my mojo?
It has been in the past where it's sort of like stage fright's been that overwhelming that I just thought I couldn't do it anymore. But it's not that way now. Things change with having kids and having a wife and having a purpose, and sort of during my career, great things were happening for me, but I was bouncing off the walls aimlessly, going, "Why doesn't any of this make sense?" And now it does.
And just from the Robbie Williams point of view, can you walk down the street and go and get yourself a pint of milk when you need one?
I don't know. Some days I can, some days
What,
I
depending on the
can't.
mood that you're in, or?
Well, no, just depending on the
who's
mood
there.
the general public's in.
Thank you very much, Robbie. It's lovely to see you. Thank you very much for introducing us.
I'm not going to shake your hand because I
Oh,
don't
we
want
can't
to give
shake
you the
hands. I
bug.
forgot.
Yeah, well,
You've
let's
been
do
so
the elbow
good
thing
at
that
not
people
giving me the bug.
think is weird, but
Thank
you don't
so-
want this.
No, I don't want your bug.
You don't want this.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.